Yesterday, here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, Brian Vickers receiving the NASCAR Busch Series Championship trophy from Danny Scott and Tom Wilson, the Busch brand managers from Anheuser-Busch. The 20-year-old from Thomasville, North Carolina, claiming the title after just an epic struggle yesterday. He came back from a lap down, stayed just close enough to David Green, who outran him by 2 positions in the race, but Green coming up 14 points short after the 10-month season. And congratulations to Brian Vickers and Hendrick Motorsports for winning the 2003 NASCAR Busch Series Championship. Travis Kvapil came out on top of an incredible fight for the Craftsman Truck Series Championship here Friday at Homestead. Look at that, 18 points to 3rd, and the Wisconsin driver Kvapil scoring his first NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship. Talking about champions, let's welcome the King, 7-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion Richard Petty to the booth. How you doing, King?
Doing great, man.
Did you have fun out there in that race car?
Well, I was just getting the hang of it, and they made me come in.
How long has it been since you've been in a race car?
Probably 10, 11 years since I put on the uniform and actually got in a race car.
The most asked question I had this week, did you want to stay out there?
Not right then, no. Come in and talk about it and think about it, then I'd probably want to go back out.
Yeah, Tony Stewart said he saw you grinning out there.
Well, I run at him a couple times, and I said, better not get too close. He's got a race, and then dadgum, he didn't get in the wreck the first lap.
Richard, you're here being honored as part of the Winston Victory Lap, and you more than anyone know what the last 33 years have meant to this sport.
It's been unreal. We've been a ride for 33 years with Winston. When they first come in, nobody knew what they was going to do. We just said, okay, another deal. And over a period of years, it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and took us to the #2 sport. So I guess they've done a pretty good job.
And Richard, I want to thank you for back in the 60s for bringing the sport along till Winston came along, because, buddy, you almost single-handedly carried it on your shoulders to allow us to do this and have so much fun doing a job.
I just happened to be here when it was happening.
But you did a great job. Thank you so much.
Green flag's up. Hang out with us here for a minute, Richard. Brian Vickers is the leader. Jeff Gordon 2nd. Jamie McMurray 3rd. Here's McMurray going to challenge Gordon for 2nd off turn 2. See if we can get more than 5 laps in here without another mess.
I'm surprised Mayfield looked like he would have made a pit stop to check his car after he drove down through the infield, but there he is, running 4 spots, still out there.
Jimmy Johnson, a look low for a spot, trying to pass Joe Nemechek for 6th. Now, just update you, the guys that pitted under that caution. Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte, you saw. John Andretti, Casey Mears, Todd Bodine were in. Terry Labonte, Dale Jarrett. Sterling Marlin, Matt Kenseth, Ricky Craven, Ward Burton. Bill Elliott, Jeff Burton stopped. And let's see, Dale Earnhardt Jr. also stopped along with Elliott Sadler. Kevin Harvick was in too. Those are the guys who made pit stops under the caution. Dave?
Alan, there are about 15 Alltel guys working on Ryan Newman's Dodge down here. The one working hardest, Ryan Newman himself. He has not stopped swinging that small sledgehammer at the right rear quarter panel. He's been working on crush panels and the right rear quarter, trying to get this thing ready to race. If I don't get a chance to talk to him, it's going to be because he goes right back into the cockpit to get back out there.
I think that's the whole point, Dave, because he's probably so angry right now that he's taking it out on that quarter panel with that hammer.
Jeff Gordon, rim riding off of turn 4, looking for the lead. Got it. 2nd leader of the race, Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon has already moved up to almost the center of the racetrack, trying to find the groove, the line that he gets around best.
Check out Rusty Wallace.
Yeah.
The Blue Deuce.
And, you know, you can run that high groove. If you can make a late entry here and your car not be loose getting in, the high line is definitely going to be faster. But, boy, if you're a little bit loose getting into the corners in this place, it's pretty scary.
Takes your breath, does it?
Yes, it does. Took mine quite a few times yesterday. And Jamie McMurray is one of those guys that could do that. He could run that high line.
While we're watching some of this action, Richard Petty, 7-time NASCAR Winston Cup champions up here with us. Richard, I know you and Kyle and so on have been working so hard on the Victory Junction gang camp, and from everything they're telling me, things are just coming along wonderfully.
It's coming along really good. We've got so many people supporting the thing, you know, from NASCAR, from all the drivers, car owners, and just plain fans. I mean, I think we've got donations from all 50 states now, right? Okay. And, you know, that's good. We've got everybody involved, and they really think it's a good deal, and it's coming right along, going to open in June with no trouble.
And that Kyle told me that you can accommodate 125 to 150 children per week.
Per week, and you know, it'll be a different disease each week. And you know, from that standpoint, I think everybody's looking for it. There's a community, and everybody that's had anything to do with it is really starting to get excited. And our big deal is seeing the kids when they get excited. That's what it's all about.
Rusty Wallace to second place. Kevin Harvick, after making a pit stop for repairs, is back on track. He's 30th now, Marty.
Alan, what really started that whole thing was Kevin Harvick's spotter, Danny Culler. His radio went bad right when they took the green flag. He went through about 3 radios before he could get back to Kevin, but it was too late as we see the battle up front. Rusty Wallace trying to pass Jeff Gordon. That's what caused the accident. Kevin did not know a car was on his outside. His car was extremely loose, and that's how he got those other guys into the wall. Rusty Wallace takes the lead.
New leader, Rusty Wallace. Jeff Gordon back to second, Bill.
Yeah, when he got to the lead, that was teamwork between the 24 and the 25 of Brian Vickers. Vickers said, I'll let the 24 go. When the 24 got by, they asked him, do you want back in front? He goes, no, I'll follow him.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
He'll follow Jimmy Johnson, too. 48 car to third. And Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson are 2 of the guys fighting for that second place in the championship. Let's ride with Jimmy Johnson and a replay going through that accident off turn 2. Listen.
In front of you, Rick, in front of you. Watch him, buddy, watch him. Can't see you. Okay, buddy, clear low, 1 outside. Clear low, 1 outside. Good job, bud.
That stuff flying through the air back at him.
Can't see you.
Chris Osborne saying, can't see you, can't help. Man.
Johnny Benson picking up a spot around Jeremy Mayfield to 5th for the 10 car. JB's final ride in that machine. And Michael Waltrip trying to move up through that pack as well. Here's Jimmy Johnson on Jeff Gordon for second. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I know you will, okay. I think we've seen more passing already today in these 19 laps than we saw in 400 miles here a year ago.
Absolutely.
Tony Stewart trying to pick his way back after a pit stop under the caution. Matty?
He's already picked off 10 cars, Alan, on his way back to the front. He had to make 2 stops, one for tires and to work on that valence. The second one, they had to end up putting their 3rd piece of aluminum on the front to cover up some of the cosmetic damage. As Tony was leaving, he told the guys, we're going to make it very exciting going from the back to the front. We have the car today.
All right, so you see the scoring serial on Tony Stewart as he tries to make his way back up through the field. Hey, Richard, I know you're watching that 43 car out there on the racetrack. Started 26th, he's up to 15th. Jeff Green doing a good job for you so far.
So far, so good. We've got a long way to go, though, man. You know, and right now he's sort of holding his own. He ain't gaining nothing, not losing anything. So that's better than it's been.
Richard, congratulations on the honor. Thanks for coming up and visiting with us, and continued success to you and the Petty Enterprises Group as you head for 2004.
Thank you for the visit.
Thanks, Richard.
Richard Petty, 7-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion. Rusty Wallace is the leader of the Ford 400. You're watching NASCAR on NBC. NASCAR on NBC with the season finale for 2003, the Ford 400 from the new Homestead-Miami Speedway. New leader, Jimmy Johnson, has just gone by Rusty Wallace to reclaim the top spot. Johnson out in front by a couple of car lengths over Wallace. There you see the gap between the top 2. New 3rd place car. Just behind them, that's Johnny Benson coming into the picture. JB has just passed both Jeff Gordon and Brian Vickers to take over 3rd. Talked about Jamie McMurray maybe scraping the wall in the opening lap. Just did it again.
Oh, this is not the opening lap, folks.
Top of the screen.
Yeah, he just...
Doink. Oh, there he is. Same place.
Yeah.
You see it? He hit right on the mark from where he hit the first time.
And that looks like the car is just tight. You know, he's not able.
17 off the pace. Oh, it maybe slowed down for the caution.
No,
I think it blew up.
You think it did?
Yep. I think they might have tuned her up to try and end that championship season with a big win.
Yeah.
And found the edge of its tolerance. Second caution of the race, Jeff Burton, his Roush Racing teammate, was off the pace, and it sounded to me like he had lost a cylinder in that 99 car. the screen.
Yep.
There she goes.
Only the second engine this year that Matt Kenseth has lost in the 17 car. The other one at Talladega back in September, I guess.
So the final numbers on Matt Kenseth's season: in 36 races, 25 top 10s, 31 lead lap finishes. 2 races he will have failed to finish. The NASCAR Winston Cup champion for 2003, though this is not going to end certainly the way that he wanted it to.
But he will not be disappointed with 2003.
No. Lucky dog's going to be Jeff Burton in the 99 car, the only one a lap down. But again, I think they've got some troubles there on that car. And by the way, John Andretti has gone to the garage. He caved in the nose of his car in the jam up in that first accident over at lap 5. And I believe they've overheated the #1 machine.
Looks like all the cars have chosen now to come down pit road after 29 laps, get some tires, check out the chassis, make chassis adjustments. Dave, what they going to do to your cars?
Well, the 48 car of Jimmy Johnson, he said, I'm loose into the turn, a little tight, late, and center, and off the corner. He said, I really don't want to affect that entry. I'd really rather worry about the exit. So they're going to make a wedge adjustment on the right rear to try to fix that center and off situation. 4 tires. Bill?
Jay Guy calling the shots for Johnny Benson. As Alan mentioned last ride in this car, it's a good car. Benson's happy with it. Slight air pressure adjustment to help it out, Marty. Rusty Wallace started 11th, moved up to 2nd, and said, I'm just saving the tires on this run. Nice run for those guys. 4 tires, no adjustments on the 2 car, Matt.
Pole sitter Jamie McMurray backslid all the way to 10th, fighting a very tight race car. They are going to make a significant air pressure adjustment on all 4 corners, and they went up on the track bar 2 rounds.
Jimmy Spencer first off pit road. I couldn't quite see if he took any tires, but I know Bill Elliott got fuel only, and he came off the pit lane 2nd. And we'll reset that strategy for you and the running order when we come back. Second caution is out in the Ford 400 at the Homestead-Miami Speedway.